Telugu superstar Allu Arjun walked out of Hyderabad prison early this morning at around 6:40 a.m. This comes a day after the Telangana High Court granted him interim bail for 4 weeks in connection
Thanks
with
for staying with us. You're watching News9. I'm Yash Goyal.
Pushpa.
A lot's lined up on this edition of Newscast. First, let's begin with the top headlines.
Paperwork meant Arjun had to spend the night in jail. Prison authorities followed the manual.
Pushpa star Allu Arjun was
prohibits
released after spending the night in jail despite getting
as part
interim
of the
bail from the High Court. Fans
Arjun
protest
submitted
outside
a surety bond
the
of
Chanchalguda jail.
50,000 rupees. The actor was arrested on Friday morning from his Hyderabad residence. In fact, the chaos unfolded later that day when
Police and the administration
face
face
heavy
just
criticism
as
over
police
action
were
against
escorting
Allu
him
Arjun. He
to the
is
particular
arrested
prison
hastily,
where he
even though he had no
bail
direct
was
role
kept
in the
following
matter.
a lower
Even
court
as
decision.
Mohan
to
Babu
remand him
evades
a
arrest
custody of
after
14th
brutally
day
attacking
of
a reporter.
judicial
Custody. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to reply on the debate on constitution in the Lok Sabha.
Nothing to worry. I'm doing well. Thank you very much. And I also like to tell that I'm a law-abiding citizen. I respect the
Farmers
law.
set to resume their Delhi march from the Delhi-Haryana Shambhu border today.
Very importantly, I would like to give my condolences once again to the family. It is very, very unfortunate that we went to watch a film and there was an accident that was totally unintentional. Went to watch a movie and due to
Karnataka cabinet decides to form a separate authority to administer the Mysuru Urban Development Authority in the wake of the Mudda controversy.
And it's purely out of my personal control. And I've been doing that for the last 20 years.
Food Safety Department in Bengaluru undertakes special training for the traders and street vendors on alternative ingredients for the artificial
I've been
food
there more
colors.
than 30 times in my life. And never something like this has ever happened. It is purely accidental, purely unfortunate. And I will be there for the family to support them in whatever way I can.
Top focus this hour, Telugu superstar Allu Arjun walked out of Hyderabad prison early this morning at around 6:40 a.m. This comes a day after the Telangana High Court granted him
Each and every one of you
for 4 weeks in connection with Stampede at the premiere of his film Pushpa 2. While the bail was approved on Friday, a delay in paperwork meant Arjun had to spend the night in jail. Prison authorities followed the manual which prohibits releasing prisoners at night. These are live shots as part of the bail on the screens. Arjun submitted a surety coming and 50,000 meeting Allu Arjun. These are the live shots Friday we are bringing from his Hyderabad direct residence. From Hyderabad from his residence where they when interim bail order was issued, spending just a night in jail. Him. In fact, he was granted interim bail by the High Court, where he was kept following a lower court's decision to remand him a lot of people at his residence judicial custody once he had walked out of the jail.
Thank you, I'm safe.
Well, you see star Allu Arjun. In fact, we also heard from him when he walked out of the jail. He thanked his fans and once again he reiterated that he will be cooperating with this entire investigation.
Very importantly, I would like to give my condolences once again to the family.
First, the lower court had remanded Arjun of 14 days judicial custody, and upon reaching the High Court, the High Court had granted him interim bail on bail bond of 50,000 rupees is what we are understanding. Here you see slew of stars reaching Allu Arjun's residence, meeting him, greeting him and taking stock of the situation.
20 years. Last 20 years I've been going to watch.
Well, to give more perspective on the story, we also have our colleague Mohammad Waji. Waji, first of all, let's talk about the further course of action here. What will be the legal recourse he will be taking? In fact, he has been granted interim bail by the High Court.
In whatever way I can. We can never cover the loss of death of a person.
Well, yes, as of now, he's out of regular bail. He paid a 50,000 surety to the court, and court has given them 4 weeks' time.
Each and every one of you from I like to thank each and every one of you
to come out with the legal remedy. Now it remains to be seen how will the case go further, because the bite of the complainant, Mr. Bhaskar, yesterday when he got to know about the arrest of Allu Arjun, He also came out from the hospital and gave a
Well,
bite
these are
saying
live
that
shots you see
he
on
did
your
not know that
screens
the actor
of
would be
people
arrested
coming
and all
and
this would happen,
meeting
and that is
Allu
why he's
Arjun. These are the
very much
live
ready
shots which we are
to
bringing to
take back his
you
case. It was just
direct
that he was
from
disappointed with the
Hyderabad,
fact that
from
his wife,
his
he
residence,
lost his
where
wife
in
in this
fact he has
stampede,
reached now
and
after
he expected
spending
some
a
justice, and he
night
said that
in
he did
jail.
not expect
In
the
fact, he
actor
was
getting
granted
arrested,
interim
and
bail
that is why
by
he
the High
also
Court,
has given
and
an appeal
now
saying that he would withdraw the
he
cases. But
actually
whether
is
the
meeting
government,
a lot
because
of
now the
people
matter
at
is in
his
court,
residence
the matter
once
has
he
reached
had walked
the
out
steps
of the
of
jail.
a law, or it remains to be seen whether this matter can be cleared off just because the complainant has taken back his
Well,
complaint,
you see star
or
Allu Arjun. In fact,
will the
we
police
also
take a
heard
suo
from
moto
him
on it and continue
when he
investigating the
walked
matter to
out
see
of
whether Allu
the
Arjun had
jail.
any role in
He
this matter
thanked
or
his
not?
fans,
But if we
and
see from
once
the
again
face
he
of it,
reiterated
the only
that
role the actor
he
had
will
was
be
he reached that
cooperating
place
with
where
this
there was
entire
already a crowd of
investigation.
thousands and thousands of people, and that commotion created this entire
First, the
chaos
lower
which
court
led to the
had
loss of
remanded
life.
Arjun of
So
14
how much will
days
that be
judicial
able to be
custody,
implicated in the
and
death? Because
upon
even in the
reaching
arguments
the High
yesterday,
Court, the
the
High
lawyer
Court
of Allu
had
Arjun had said
granted
that
him interim bail
the death warrant
on bail
clearly says
bond
that
of
the death
50,000
certificate
rupees
clearly
is
says that
what
the
we
death
are
is due to
understanding.
suffocation,
Here you
and
see slew of stars reaching
and
Allu
Allu
Arjun's
Arjun's presence
residence,
has
meeting
nothing to do
him,
with the
greeting
suffocation
him,
that happened
and
there, because
taking
he was not
stock
in
of
that
the
floor also.
situation.
He was on the floor above it. So we'll have to wait and watch
Well, to
what
give more
turns out.
perspective on the
But for
story, we
now,
also have
till
our
December
colleague
21st, Allu Arjun
Mohammad
is
Waji.
free. He'll
Waji, first
look
of all,
into the other legal
let's talk
remedies that
about,
he has.
the further
Like
course of
he
action
mentioned
here.
when he came
What
out
will be
of
the
the
legal
court of the
recourse he
jail,
will be taking? In
Chanchalguda
fact, he
jail
has been
also, is
granted interim bail
that
by the High Court.
I am ready to cooperate. I'm a citizen of this country. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And well, yes, as of now, he's out on regular bail. We are He ready to paid a compensate the 50,000 family surety whatever to the possible. court, and court has given Because them
he also
4 weeks time
considered this is a very unfortunate
till
incident, and he
December
said that he stands
21st
with the family.
to come out
So it
with the
remains to
legal
be seen how
remedy.
this goes
Now
forward
it remains to be seen how will the case go
Absolutely,
further. Because
Waji.
if we heard
What
the bite
you
of
are
the
seeing,
complainant,
viewers, on
Mr.
your screen are the live
Bhaskar,
visuals coming
yesterday
in
when he
from
got to know about the
the
arrest
residence
of Allu
of
Arjun,
Allu
he also
Arjun. In
came out
fact,
from the
staying with the
hospital and gave a
visuals,
bite saying
Allu
that
Arjun, the
he
superstar,
did
whose
not know that
Pushpa
the
2, the
actor would
rule,
be
has
arrested,
broken all
and all
box
this would
office
happen, and
records.
that is why
Like I
he's
mentioned,
even
spent the
ready
night in jail
to
despite
take back
getting
his case.
interim
It was
bail
just that he was
from the High
distorted with the
Court.
fact that his
Fans
wife,
staged protest
he lost
outside
his
the
wife
jail
in
where
this
he was kept
stampede,
as the actor
and he
spent night
expected some justice, but
inside
he
bail,
said that he did
copy
not
despite
expect
not
the actor
reaching
getting
to the jail
arrested,
authorities.
and that is why
But
he
why
also
was
has given
he
an appeal
arrested in
saying
the
that he
first
would
place
withdraw
is
the
the
cases.
big
But
question.
whether
The
the
actor's
government,
defense lawyer
because now
had
the matter
clearly
is in
highlighted
court,
in
the
court
matter has
how
reached
he had little
the
knowledge
steps
of the crowd
a
that had
law, or
surged for the
it
film's
remains to be
premiere
seen whether
on December 4th
this
at the
matter can
Sandhya
be
Theatre in Hyderabad.
cleared off
It
just
was
because the
poor crowd
complainant has taken
management
back
that
his
was
complaint,
blamed for an
or
unfortunate death of the
will the police
39-year-old
take a
woman
suo
at
moto
the
on it and
screening
continue
venue.
investigating the matter to
Following the
see whether
incident,
Allu Arjun
Arjun
had any
had
role in
expressed
this
his
matter or not?
condolences and
But if
pledged
we see from
financial
the face
assistance
of it,
of 25
the
lakh
only role
rupees
the actor
to
had
as
was
support to
he
the
reached
victim's
this
family.
place where there was
Yet, the
already a crowd
Hyderabad
of
police
thousands
charged
and
him
thousands of
with
people,
culpable homicide
and
not
that
amounting to
commotion
murder
created
and
this
voluntarily
entire
causing
chaos
hurt
which led to
as
the loss of
outlined
life.
in the
So how
Bharatiya
much
Nyaya
will that be
Sahita
able to be implicated in
2023.
the death? Because
Shortly
even
after
in
his
the
arrest, the
arguments
victim's
yesterday,
husband announced
the
plan to
lawyer of
withdraw his
Allu Arjun had
complaint,
said that
stating he did not attend for Arjun to be arrested. In fact, in a stark contrast, veteran actor Mohan Babu brutally assaulted a journalist, and there is no video, and there is also a video evidence clearly showed him attacking the reporter. The attack resulted in severe injuries, including multiple fractures. Despite this, in fact, clear evidences of violence were there against Mohan Babu, and still he was not arrested. The disparity between Allu Arjun's swift arrest and Mohan Babu's lack of inadequate consequences highlights potential biases in how system is delivering justice in Telangana. Allu Arjun was not directly involved in the case. In fact, when the stampede happened, he was merely present at the event. His arrest seemed, in fact, inappropriate compared to Mohan Babu's direct involvement in an assault. While there is a clear video evidence of Mohan Babu's action leading to physical harm, he faced no immediate legal action. In contrast, Allu Arjun's arrest seemed from a tragic accident where he had no control over the crowd management. In fact, politics also erupted on this very issue. The administration action has drawn sharp criticism in a hard-hitting post on Twitter. In fact, we'll put that tweet on your screens right now. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav also pointed out that the mishap at Sandhya Theatre was a clear case of poor arrangements by the state and local administration. Now, to deflect that blame, they are indulging in such publicity stunts. This is what Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has to say on this very issue. Well, this is the tweet which has been put out by Ashwini Vaishnav. In fact, mere hours after the arrest of Allu Arjun, and in fact, he calls out how the system is working in this very case. In fact, you see how he says that it's becoming a norm. In 1 year, Congress has been there in power. So this is an allegation and a scathing attack coming in from Union Minister. In fact, you have these visuals on your screen of actor Vijay Deverakonda also there meeting Allu Arjun. In fact, we've seen how social media was also flooded with wishes for Allu Arjun and how people had actually called his arrest illegal. In fact, my colleague Vajji still remains to be with us on the line. Vajji, well, it's a stark if we compare the two situations of the Mohan Babu's doings and what happened with Allu Arjun. Doesn't it actually reflects the duplicity of the administration in Telangana?
Well, yes, you rightly pointed out. It looks like there is law and order for separate people over here, because in this visuals we can clearly see that how Mohan Babu has brazenly attacked the journalist with a mic in his hand. He pulls the mic, then twirls it around the journalist, and he starts attacking them. Now, this is visual that shows that there is an intent to hit, to harm, and there are attempts to kill somebody, because the mic, if you see, is strong enough to, if it hits somebody's head, you can just kill him on the spot. That's how it is. And the rage that is also there in Mohan Babu's face when he attacked the journalist. Compare that to Allu Arjun's incident. Allu Arjun was not present even there where the entire mishap happened. He was present on the top floor. He was nowhere around the scene. Chaos happened because the star just entered the theater, and that is something that the management has to take care of. That is something that the crowd management, those people who are in charge of organizing this particular theater run, they are responsible for it. And that is why, if you see both these incidents, they are two different incidents. But the way the law worked in these two incidents clearly gives you an idea on how things are working in Telangana. If this is how things are, then there is a clear-cut evidence that law works different for different people when they come to power. Because in the case of Allu Arjun, he was arrested for a day. He was even presented in front of the court. There, the entire hearing happened, and after that, he was given bail, where he had to spend a night in jail and then come back because the paperwork did not happen on time. But on the case of Mohan Babu, it's been more than 4-5 days. He's written an apology, but how much of that apology suffice is something that we don't understand, because as per the law, you need to see, you clearly can see the difference between these two visuals on what Allu Arjun did and what happened with Mohan Babu.
Absolutely, Vajji. Please stay with us. Now, meanwhile, the police have an excuse for why they didn't provide adequate security at the venue of the film screening. In fact, in a statement, police said, and I quote, that we receive a lot of requests for bandobast sighting visits by some political personalities, film celebrities, religious programs, etc. However, it is beyond our resources to provide bandobast for every event. In specific cases where heavy crowd is expected for some popular personality is visiting, the organizers personally visit the police station, ACP or DCP office and brief them about the program depending upon which we provide the bandobast. In this case, the organization did not meet any officers and simply submitted the letter in the inward section. So this is what the police has to say regarding why bandobast was not provided, or perhaps a more robust bandobast was not provided at that very event. In fact, police said Allu Arjun's arrival and subsequent actions attracted a large crowd, ultimately leading to chaos, in fact, there at Sandhya Theatre. The police response came following criticism that they did everything to ensure proper security measure despite being told of the potential of a large turnout at this very venue. For a film star whose film crosses a collection of whopping 1,000 crores in mere 6 days, Was the police bandobast enough? This is the question we are asking.